Today, we are discussing a true crime that has been committed. These mutton chops. Seriously? For Divorce in Black, let's talk. Another episode of Clara Haire. Today is Movie Monday. I'm doing a double feature. Tomorrow we'll be talking about A Quiet Place Day 1. So we're talking about Divorce in Black, and I'm going to be basically breaking this down to 3 sections. Our first section is the review / recap, and then I have the psychology, and then like my overall just Tyler Perry review. What's going on, baby? But definitely, I toyed around if I wanted to do this review or not, because I don't know if y'all was watching it or not. Moment of silence for the slip back. It got hot. I think it got hot. Anyways, but we're gonna be talking about Divorce in Black today. So let's go with the beginning of the story. Beginning of the story opens. They're at a funeral, and basically, first off, like I felt like I was in a group me chat I didn't know about. I felt like I was in a group me chat I didn't know about. Cause I was just like, excuse me, like what are we talking about? Because at first the preacher was just preaching in general, and he was like, some of y'all need to know that no matter what you do, you are not going to heaven. I was like, oh my God, who is he talking to? Who is he talking to? Anyway, so it turns out that Corey Hardick, and we're going to just say their human names because I didn't take time to learn the names. I'm putting the same energy. If you don't put energy into your movie, I'm not going to take the energy to learn the names. So Corey Hardick's family, he's a family. He has 4 brothers. One of them is in the casket, and he went to heaven, or I don't know. And basically, at one point, the mom's just like, oh, you guys think you're better than us. So the daughter of the preacher is Megan Good. So basically, her pastor father is preaching the entire time. And basically, what happens is that she ends up saying, oh, take him. We don't need your hand-me-downs. We don't need anything, this and other. And they literally take, which is illegal, by the way. You cannot move a body. Your discretion is advised, of course. But they take the little brother and just, give him a proper send-off at their house. Betrayance, I don't know the last name. Anyways, so basically after that, it shows like the tension between her, Corey, and Megan. So what ends up happening is that, we finally start getting some backstory. Apparently this is not the first time or second time that they've had issues together. And so she sees a childhood friend called Benji, which he's fine. That's the end of that sentence. So basically, Benji's like the one that got away. Like she fell in love with Corey's character since about 17 years old. So like basically like fresh out of high school, fell in love with him. And basically he asked her for a divorce. And then ironically, she actually grants him what he wants, through strife of her friend saying, girl, leave him. So she ends up getting a divorce. So that means she gets closer to Benji. Benji has a daughter, and, basically, they start like a relationship as friendship, but once you have that chemistry with somebody, they end up doing more. And so Corey starts following her around, comes to her job, this and other. So it turns out that her mom was at the store and ran into Corey, and he put hands on her. Past the Marine gangster father was not having it. So basically, he ends up going to the house. Basically, I called it. I was like, why would you go to their turf? So basically, he goes to the house of meanie heads, and basically while he's there, they injure him, and then sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. They injure him, and like that, I guess that's what really woke Megan Good's character. Like, I have to do something. So she brings him back to the house. She basically pulls him back or whatever, and like basically baits him by being basically giving what he wants, being mean to him back. And like she got enough physical evidence upon her person enough to file a report and prove self-defense. So with one of the pews that she had at the house, she used it to make his spirit leave the earth. And basically that's the end of the story. And then like the mother's just like, you haven't heard the last of me, and vengeance is mine. There's a lot of this. And so basically that's the end of the story. She moves on with Benji, and they live happily maybe ever after. So that was pretty much the rundown of the review. I did that really quickly. Overall review of the movie, I give it a 0 out of 5. There's just something about the fact that there has no time that I've seen a Tyler Perry movie and said we need the time to run. Like, it was just, I literally have on here 120 minutes of no plot is crazy. I literally have that. On here. I also have, if Corey was being this toxic, like, why was his friend, which is his friend, Corey is best friends with Megan Good's best friend. And I'm just like, he's doing all these things. Why are we still friends with him? Why is he still here? Like, why are we still talking to him? Why does he still have a community? Like, I always say, behind every narcissist is an enabler. And I stand by that, because I was like, why is there more? And like, the brothers are in his head. So now they're down to just 3 brothers, so like, it's just back and forth. Like, just a lot of the plot was just made me feel icky. There's just something about it that didn't read well in my spirit just watching it, but I'll get into that later about my overall like Tyler Perry movie reviews. But something about the movie just very much rushed. It felt like I didn't really get to know the characters. I wish there was more development from the mother. They just kind of just made her almost Disney villainish. Like, if you don't take my son out of that basket, we're going to have a problem. And I don't need your help. No one converses like such. No one converses like that. So that was very confusing as well. So there was just certain parts in there that was very, very, like, just very hard. It was just a hard watch to watch, baby. So anyway, so let's go to the psychology. Tiny needs my degree. Ooh, 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 ooh. So I really cracked myself up. So basically, the psychology I want to go is, today's word is true emotional intimacy. Okay. A lot of people are in awe at the fact that someone who had, like the pastor kept saying, Megan Good's father kept saying, I show you every day the type of man you should be with. I treat your mom like a goddess, and I treat your mom like a goddess. I do all this stuff, this and other. How could you do this? I was like, it makes perfect sense to me. When you are a parent, like I said, once again, there's no manuals to it. There's no manuals to being a parent, but there's certain things you have to teach them. You have to teach them. There's a lot of simultaneous stuff. There's a lot of gray areas with being a parent. Like, you have to teach them that there's good in the world, but you also teach them about the bad. Because what happens is that when you do not teach them about the bad, these people, think of all these bad people as lions. Okay, I'm not here to preach to y'all, but think of all these bad people as lions. They're searching for a sheep that's going to be by themselves. Okay. Like, you sit there and you don't teach them anything, because the thing about emotional intimacy, people always think, okay, well, I was always in the house. It's like, you were physically in the house, but are you emotionally in the house? Like, to me, quick test to see if you have emotional intimacy with somebody. I want you to do a little thing. Go into your phone right now and text, hey, I thought this was really funny. I thought I should send it to you, and see the response. If it's something where you feel like they're like, is it something where, like, when they reply back to you, it's just like, oh, thanks, I guess. That's not emotional intimacy. I should be able to send you stupid stuff all day and you not say anything, or you not say that, you not be negative. Like, I shouldn't have to feel like I'm walking on eggshells with you. Like, when you text a person and you feel the rumblings in your stomach, or you feel uneasy about this person, that is your body's physical response telling you that there's no emotional intimacy there. You don't feel comfortable with this person, because you literally sit there and tell them about what really happened today, like what really bad happened today to you. That's not somebody you have emotional intimacy with. So, excuse me. I feel like even though Megan Good had both of her parents there, the dad was always preaching, he's with the animals, like being like, I have so many friends out here who in the city I live in who have ranches, and I can tell you that's an all day thing. So imagine trying to help with the animals And imagine trying to help with the animals and then you have to go be a parent. Like, that's hard. That's number one. Number two, he's a pastor. So he's always, he's probably evangelizing here and there. Or, he's just speaking out to the people, not home. And the mom was just like, oh, there's a part in the movie where the mom was just like, there's a part in the movie where the mom was just like, oh my God, like, I feel like I failed you, that you would put up with this, I was trying to help it heal and everybody with my own home. Like, I was saying that I picked up actually from Manny from Good Girls. He said, Christopher, you have to make sure your house is on point first before you go outside. And he was correct. I know it's a TV show, but he's correct. Like, y'all are so quick to be like, okay, well, let me go help this person. Is your house okay? Is your house okay? Did you fix your house first? Because it's very easy for girls and guys to be wrapped up in the bad boy, bad girl thing, whatever, because of the fact that no one's teaching them these things. No one's coming in. No one's teaching them these things. No one's coming in and saying, hey, this person could possibly do this. They're perfect for the picking. Like, it's like a lion seeing a lamb by itself or a wildebeest by itself. Like, they're perfect because no one has taught them that there's lions walking around. No one has taught them that not everybody has good intentions for them. So that's why you'll see people be surprised that someone who came from a two-parent household is with someone who is very bad for them, who is not nice to them. And then someone who comes from a one-parent household will have like the man or woman of their dreams. It's because you have to tell your kids the truth. And I know it's hard. It's hard to like imagine your little kid as your little girl, your little boy as whatever, but they're going to be an adult one day. I want you to memorize that. They're going to be an adult one day. And so I don't know, but I feel like me personally, like, I'm not surprised that happened, of course, with him being her first person to go cherry picking with. Like, she felt like an attachment to him, but I wasn't surprised that she would choose it. So definitely, if you have any situation like that, or you have any friends like that, just check on them, be a good source for them, but do not enable them. You have to let them get up. When they're done suffering, they have to choose when it's time to be done. Now, let's talk about Tyler Perry Studios. Now, with Tyler Perry being a billionaire, I want to say he's a billionaire, I'm not sure, but that's an amazing feat, phenomenal feat. It's time to rest. My guy, is that what the young kids say? It's time to rest. Like, I feel like when I sit there and I see a movie and it says written, produced, and edited by Tyler Perry, it kind of makes me sad because, like, you don't trust anybody to... It's kind of like you don't trust anybody to really do that for you. Because even with me, like with editing, like if you guys notice, a lot of my videos look better because I have outsourced, okay? Little mama's tired, okay? Little mama is tired. I know I'm about to be 33 next week, but little mama is tired. I'm exhausted, okay? So whatever I can automate, like I'm still the primary editor, but I am using more editing software that pretty much does it for me, and I didn't want to let that go, but I had to. Like, I'm exhausted. I got to put me first, but I really want him in the future to really just start outsourcing. Like, it's okay to hire a writer, at least a sensitivity reader. We need that. I have on here, I'm tired of seeing Black women be punished for his upbringing. And I don't know, we only know what he has revealed to us, but from what I've heard from Tyler, like, I just want to just give him a big hug, because I know he's been through some things, and he turned his pain into art, and that art made him a billionaire, which is genius. But it's time to move on. I don't see how the target audience can truly continue wanting to hear these stories. Like I said, like, we're healed, we're happy, we drink lemon water now. Like, we don't want to hear these stories anymore. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's disrespectful, but like, it's just like, we don't want to hear these stories anymore. I would love to watch a Tyler Perry movie about a love story, about two people falling in love. My favorite trope is enemies to lovers, but just watch a Tyler Perry movie where it's like, it's happy. Like, after that, I have to go watch an anime after. Let me go watch an anime after this, because it was just so depressing to watch. Like, it was just like, I didn't feel good emotions from it. I was like, let me go watch a comedy. Let me go watch something that has primary colors in it. Like, it was just so depressing to watch. Like, I didn't really feel like there was a time during the movie where I actually smiled. Like, it was just a lot. Like, it just felt like there was there's this negative emotion that came over me from watching it, because I just felt so bad for everybody. Like the pain of having to raise 4 sons by yourself. I know that was probably crazy for her. I mean, for 4 or 5, whatever sons by herself, like, I know it's probably crazy for her, but like, just that there's just so much pain around it. Everybody needed healing, everybody needed forgiveness, but I really felt like there was just so much that there's so many other stories. Like, people have turned in countless stories that he could be in, even if he wants to show his face like M. Night Shyamalan does in his movies. But I do want, like, just for him to just know it's okay, Tyler. You can take a break. It's okay, Mr. Perry. It's time to outsource. You have built your brand. You have done something that people have waited a millennia to do. You have your own brand, you have your own studios. Like, it's okay to outsource. All jokes aside, the wigs, I'll get past. The mutton chops, not really, but like, it's okay to outsource. Definitely look into it, because like I said, you're losing your audience. So don't forget to subscribe, share. That's